Introducing
Charlotte,
Jenny
and all that jazz. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to episode 10. Can you believe we've got 10 episodes? That's so cool. Already? So how are you this week? What have you been up to? What's centre stage?
Centre stage this week. Well, we've been very arty in our family lately.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad, he was an art teacher.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was a PE and art teacher, and he's retired now, but he still paints and draws.
Oh.
And he does a bit of private tuition.
Oh.
So he had a student called Steve,
Yeah.
he's also retired. He was a hip surgeon.
What?
And Steve came along for his first ever art lesson as a birthday present from his wife about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So he came along to my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and in that 5 years, Steve has really progressed, taken it on board. He's a fantastic artist. He'd
That's
never
so
picked up
cool.
a paintbrush before.
Oh,
And my dad, bless him, has inspired him,
Yeah.
and they've sort of worked together to develop both of their artworks.
Oh.
And so they put on their own art exhibition.
Oh.
Yeah, really good. So there was my dad, Derek, and Steve, and another artist friend of theirs, Dave, and they hired out the village hall in Great Ulm and put on this art exhibition.
That's so cool. What kind of art is it? What kind of paintings do they do?
There were lots of different styles actually.
Uh-huh.
Mainly painting, oil painting, watercolours.
Yeah.
There was a bit of textiles there as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so really interesting. I was so proud of them.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Really good idea. One of the wives did some cake and coffee and
Aw.
stuff, but it had a really good turnout.
That's good.
My 95-year-old granny came up from Bristol. My uncle drove her up from Bristol, so they were there as well. Again, really good just to be doing things and putting yourself out there, you know,
Yes.
giving yourself these projects to do.
100%. And at like retirement age as well, like how cool is it to just be like, I want to do this now.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go for it.
Exactly. Really good to see that. And so in that same vein, I've been sort of trying to exercise my artistic side, because obviously
Ooh.
now I'm at home with a toddler
Yeah.
mostly, and I really miss being creative and doing that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
every autumn I have the same thought. I think, oh, I'd really love to do some sort of autumnal artwork. And I actually got on and did it this year.
Ooh.
So I went out into the garden
Yeah.
with Austin, collected up some leaves.
Oh, did he help you?
He helped all the,
Oh.
browns and oranges and yellows. Had to go out actually just at the right time, because if you go out a week too late, they've just gone brown and crispy. So I collected up the leaves, brought them in, dried them out obviously, and
Yeah.
pressed them. I just pressed them in between the dinner mats with
Oh, did
some
you?
cans of baked beans on top. Yeah.
Love that.
Very homemade.
Yeah.
Very Blue Peter. So pressed the leaves and then put them out on the carpet and photographed them. Then sent the photo off to one of these companies to have it printed up on a canvas. Quite big. It's about probably 3 foot by 2 foot canvas.
And is it good?
For the living room. Without blowing my own trumpet, I'm really pleased with it.
Oh,
It's
good.
turned out really well, and
Yeah.
the colours are really autumnal and vibrant.
It's
you
just
know,
natural. It's natural, isn't it? You literally use nature to create art,
exactly.
which, you know, it's what we do every day in life without realising, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. So
That's
I'm
so
really
cool.
So I'm really pleased with that.
Oh, nice. I'm glad that you're using your creative juices.
Well, yeah, I was quite pleased at actually starting a project and finishing it. It's easy to start things and have these ideas, but then to actually follow them through.
Yeah, like
when
the
you've
podcast.
got exactly, when you've got a daily life to
Yeah.
contend with,
Yeah.
you know, you do actually have to set these times aside for yourself to do what you need to do
Yeah,
to
you
make
do.
you feel good. And you know, I don't really have hobbies at the moment, so
Uh-huh.
this was a real little project, but I kind of made sure that I made it manageable. I'd sort of planned it out so I knew exactly how I was going to do it and
Yeah, yeah,
execute it so that I could finish it.
Do you think that you'll do more?
Well, I've ordered a paint by numbers
Oh, have you?
set.
Yeah.
Yeah, of a Christmas robin picture.
Oh, cool.
Because I think that's something manageable that I'll be able to complete.
Yeah.
There's not too much sort of thought involved because you're following the numbers.
Yeah, what a great way to just sit. I find painting really therapeutic. Like, you can just sit with yourself, either put some music on or listen to a podcast, maybe one called And All That Jazz, and just like lose yourself. And you could just sit there for hours. I could literally sit there for hours and hours and hours and just paint.
Well, it would be lovely to have hours and hours, but... Have you ever been to any of these sip and paint evenings?
No, I've not done one, but I would love to do one.
I've been to a couple with my sister.
Have you?
Yeah, she's really good at them, actually.
What, at the drinking part?
Lots of sipping, not so much painting. As long as you don't get your cocktail confused with your paint water, then you're all good. But no, they're fun and they're a good way because they guide you through it step by step.
Okay.
So you can't go wrong, really.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
and
art, you can't go wrong with art anyway, because it's all your interpretation. It's all down to what you create. So
absolutely.
Where can you go wrong with art?
So yeah, I've been really creative lately, and that's, you know, put a spring in my step, really, giving me a bit of purpose each week.
I love that for you.
Thanks. So what's been centre stage with you?
What's been centre stage to me? So I actually went to the Big Gay Poetry Night.
Oh yeah.
At the Birmingham Rep, and I had such a good time. So it was Rocky Horror themed. Everybody was in Rocky Horror clothes. Well, not everybody, 'cause I didn't dress up Rocky Horror because I'd just finished work.
Party pooper.
I know, boring. But I did wear sparkly boots, so that helps.
Brilliant.
But it was just another poetry night. I'm really into these at the moment. I think they're just such, and I've said it before and I'm going to keep saying it, but they're just such lovely spaces. And even if you've never listened to poetry before, or you know it's not your thing, I would 100% recommend just going along to one and just being in the creative atmosphere and just soaking up everybody's stuff, because it's all so personal. Everybody's poems are so personal, and whoever you're listening to has got a different story and a different take on life, and they're just great. I had a really good time at this one, and Bradley Taylor, who organised it, he is incredible. He's from Birmingham, from the West Midlands, and he's one of my favourite poets, and he's like new, I think. Sorry, Bradley, I don't know how long you've been doing poetry for if you're listening to this podcast. But he is amazing, and he just really captivates an audience. So I went along, put my name in the open mic slots again, not thinking that I would perform because I never ever get picked. And it's happened to me twice now. They went round, got audience members to pick out names, and it was like a little competition. So they had 3 slots and they picked 2 audience members to be judges. And if you won, you get to be the headliner at their next event, which is such a good idea.
Yeah.
But obviously also very nerve-wracking.
So when you go, do you have, say, 5 pieces up your sleeve that you have in mind to perform, or do you just turn it with like your whole notebook and get a feel for what might go down well?
So I have about 45 and growing poems just in my notes in my phone, and I do have a notebook full of poems as well, but I don't carry that around with me everywhere. Maybe I should start, just in case.
On the bus, when you feel inspired, just stand up and start spouting.
Anybody want poetry? Want a poetry? Anybody want to listen to some poetry?
Did you say ding ding, next stop please? I've got a poem about that.
Do you know what's really funny? Bradley Taylor has actually got a poem about being on a bus.
There you go, I'm on trend.
So yeah, I've just got like all my poems in my phone, and I have got a few favourites that I've edited, and I know that they're kind of solid, because you know, poetry for me, I'm constantly editing my work. So every now and again I'll go into my notes and I'll re-edit a poem, or like I'll swap the words around or change something. But I've got a few that are kind of solid.
There once was a girl from Nantucket. Not that one, okay.
Not the bucket one.
Do you know what? I've just remembered, you've just jogged my memory, that I've got a few poems that I wrote years ago. I'm not even sure where they are, but I need to look those out, actually.
You should, and then when you find them, we'll listen to one on a podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I brave enough? No.
Yeah. I'll read it for you.
Yeah, and maybe we'll do a little a poetry special.
Oh, that'd be fun. Listen in.
Watch this space.
But yeah, it was so nice. So they went round, picking out names, and lo and behold, they were like, Charlotte. And I was looking around the room like, is there another Charlotte? Like, oh my God, is there another Charlotte in the room? Please let there be one, because I was not prepared that day to read a poem. But, you know, it was me. There were no other Charlottes, and I had to stand up and read a poem.
Sometimes that's the best way though, isn't it? Because you don't have
great.
time to overthink it.
It was great, and I performed my poem. It's a new one that I've written as well. So I kind of just went. I've performed it once before, but it's a relatively new one. In the interval, I had people coming up to me and like saying that my poem was great, and a couple of the headliners even came up to me and were like, your poem was amazing, like, I really liked it. And then I had one girl, I was so moved. I had one girl come up to me and she was like, I've actually just been through something like what you're talking about in your poem. She was like, it was really inspiring. She's like, I really needed to hear that today. And I was like, she's like, it made me cry. And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to make someone cry.
That's fate that she heard that and that you were chosen on that day.
Yeah. So
that she heard it.
Yeah, so that was so nice. She was like, it was just such a moving poem. And then I had another person come up to me and say it was really funny, really witty. And I was like, oh my God, I've got brains. Thank God for that. They're in there somewhere. It was really nice, just really supportive again.
Well done you.
Thanks.
Yeah, we've talked before, haven't we, about it's really how important it is to have supportive, safe spaces to try out new material.
Yeah, we have. I think I'm a really big advocate for it, because I think that the arts, and it is building that way, but I think that the arts should be a supportive place. The arts should be for everybody. Everybody should have access to it. It's not something that should be a privilege.
And I think that's true not just for performing, but also to work in as well.
100%.
Which actually I've been thinking a lot about lately, because I've been in touch with the Stage Management Association, SMA.
Uh-huh.
They are really advocating for parents to get back into work, and particularly as job shares.
Oh, cool.
So obviously, sort of traditionally, stage management roles have been more male dominated historically, but now there's a lot more women in stage management.
Better, right? Just kidding.
I couldn't possibly comment. But you know, there's a lot more women working in theatre and television now. At backstage. Therefore, you know, family life is more of an issue. And balancing the life-work balance.
Yeah, when it shouldn't be, should it?
So they're advocating job shares and just asking producers to consider more flexible ways of working for stage management. So, for example, if they're advertising a stage management position, then let's say you and I would club together and work out which days or hours we could each do with our families, and then we would approach or apply for the job as a job share.
I really like that idea.
So we'd say Jenny can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Charlotte can do the rest of the week, and that's how it would work. And we'd both we'd each be on a part-time contract, but together we would cover the full-time role, and it means we would liaise between ourselves as to, you know, sharing rehearsal notes and all that kind of thing. But the benefits to the producers would be that if either of us were ill or had an emergency, or then the other one would easily step in and cover.
Oh yeah, because you'd know the
we'd
job,
already know each other's roles. And so, you know, at the moment, if the stage manager or company manager or whoever has to go off at short notice, they're left with a void.
And there isn't got a tech swing.
Exactly, which often they don't. Rare. And the tech swing can't cover everything or know every little detail.
But you're supposed to.
You're supposed to. So there are actually benefits for the producers and for the production.
I think it's a great idea.
And also there's ways of working that they, for example, they could bring me onto a show for a couple of days at the beginning to learn the show, just spend time backstage and get my head round it. And then I'm sort of on call, on standby. If anyone does go down, then I could come in and I'd hit the ground running, really. Whereas at the moment, they don't have that sort of cover. But that's an expense that the producers have to understand as an investment.
Yeah.
And a safety net.
Come on, producers. Snap up the idea. Yeah. I think it's wonderful because think of all of those, just like yourself, like mums out there that are into the creative industry and that's what they do and it's what they love. Like, why should you be deprived of an opportunity because you've got a family, because you're literally producing the next generation of
theatre
people on the planet? How is that stopping you from being able to do what you love? I think it's wonderful. What a great thing.
Yeah, well, it's nice to think that people are starting to think differently and be more flexible about working opportunities.
Yeah, we have to. If you want women to keep pushing out babies, then you're going to have to start changing the way that we live our lives, because women want to do things for themselves as well as have children.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Ah, oh, wonderful. Love it. Cool. Oh my God, that's episode 10 done.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, everyone. But one thing, what have we learned today?
Well, thinking about your poetry.
Yeah.
By putting yourself out there, you've changed someone's day.
Ah, thank you.
Thanks for listening. Join us next time for more on theatre, television,
and all that jazz.